Hey guys, Michael here. So, really quick, I just wanted to talk about what it is that made me want to be a life coach and why I decided to start life coaching. And I think the best way to start explaining or to explain that is to start with when I knew. So, how old I was and when everything kind of shifted in my life. When I I knew that I wanted to be a life coach from about the time that I was probably 15 years old. It's been that way for about 8 years now, and if you're just joining us, I'm just starting to get into why I decided to be a life coach. Just go ahead and jump into the comments, say hi. If you agree with what I'm saying or you like what I'm saying, just feel free to hit that like button. But like I was saying, when I was 15, I decided to be a life coach. And the best way to explain that and how I knew at such a young age that that's what I wanted to do is probably to explain what really pushed me to it, or what really pushed me to do it. And I've always been really awkward and shy, and I've always been really weird, is probably the easiest way to explain that. Um, but I would say my life, probably one of the most life-changing things that happened to me was when I was about 12, 13 years old. And like I was saying, I was really awkward, really shy, didn't really talk to a lot of people. And I would say my best friend and the person that I looked up to the most was actually the guy that my older sister was dating. And she's like 5, 6 years older than me. So it was a little bit weird that I was best friends with him, but he was just one of those guys that is really, really nice to everyone, just has a really positive vibe, and him and I became friends, and I think he kind of helped to mentor me a little bit as I was going through life. And so he was probably the person that I looked up to the most at the time. And what happened was, so he ended up drowning, actually, trying to unclog a ditch at the end of our road. And if you saw the title of the video, this is the reason I don't talk about this much, if ever, actually. Excuse me. And after that happened, I shut down for years. I went from being a shy and awkward kid to really not talking to people at all. My dad actually used to make this joke, and he would call me the Navy SEAL because I would never show emotion and I would never talk to people, and he would say things like, if I were to ever get captured or something, there's no way that I would ever share or talk about anything. And he was right. I mean, in fact, I didn't. I felt like I could not. I couldn't even let myself cry for about, I don't know, 11 years, 10, 11 years there. And I can count on one hand how many times I cried during those like 11 years after it happened. And so that him dying actually was probably the biggest thing that really pushed me to be a life coach, and I'll explain why. So he died when I was about 13, and when I was about 15, that's when I decided to actually, that's when I made the decision to be a life coach, because I went through about 2 years of hell. And during those 2 years, they were the toughest time of my life, I would say. And I saw a lot of people get hurt, and I got hurt pretty badly myself. And eventually, I think I just got tired of it. I just got tired of seeing all the pain and tired of seeing or feeling all the pain, I guess. And I knew that if I wanted to make a real difference in people's lives, one of the best ways to do that would be to do consulting, give them advice, and do coaching, and really help people to turn around their lives and help them to get through some of those really tough moments. And so that's what kind of pushed me, and that's what pushed me to get into coaching, and that's why I decided to do it. And if you're just jumping on, just go ahead and say hi, like if you disagree, yeah, and just introduce yourself really quick. But I just went over why I decided to become a coach. If you missed that, and you'll just have to watch the replay. And I'm just getting to the end right now. But like I was saying, the reason I became a coach is because I want to help people make changes in their lives. I want to help them overcome the obstacles and the pain and all of the different things that come with that. Because I've been through a lot of very painful experiences, and I've learned 1,000 different ways to not just cope, but actually make really big leaps and bounds and changes and turn your life around. Because I've been through things that were painful enough at such a young age that, according to the statistics, I probably shouldn't even be a normal functioning human being at this point in my life. And I wouldn't say I'm normal. I should rephrase that. I'm very weird, extremely weird. But I have accomplished some of the most... A lot of people would say it's crazy. I mean, I started a business when I was 14, 15 years old. I've become an owner in a door-to-door sales company. I was the youngest owner in the company. I broke company sales records the summer that I was out there. And I've just done a lot of things that most people would never, or that most people only dream of. The job I have right now, I work from home or Starbucks or wherever it is. And just a lot of really crazy things, I guess, that I've gotten to experience and gotten to do because of honestly, probably because of my past. Because a lot of the pain that I've gone through and a lot of the experiences I've had have really pushed me to do the best that I can do, and pushed me to I feel like, prove myself sometimes. But I guess the point of all this is, like I said, that's the reason that I became a life coach, like I was saying earlier at least. And if you're ready to make some massive changes because you're ready to get massive results, then go ahead and send me a message, or feel free to text me instead. And my number is 208-965-4239. I feel kind of weird giving it out on Facebook right now. But if you're ready to make changes and you want someone to be able to help you be accountable and to give you ideas and input and an outside view, I feel like a lot of the times that I've had to make changes, I have to either put myself in someone else's shoes, or I have to bring someone else in, bring in a coach, or bring in someone that is willing to actually see things from a different standpoint, and someone that's willing to be brutally honest. Because I feel like a lot of times a lot of times in the past I used to lie to myself instead of being honest about things, and it took a lot longer to overcome them and move forward. So, like I was saying, if you're looking for someone to help coach you, or for some consulting or anything like that, just go ahead and send me a message or text me. And I'll go ahead and leave that in the description after we end this. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off now. Have a great day, guys.